22% of our children are being raised in poverty. That's roughly 16 million children. In 2009, 43.6 million Americans lived in poverty. In 2010, 46.2 million Americans lived in poverty. 50.4 million Americans currently live in poverty. Raising the poverty line in this community gives hope and peace of mind to these individuals, as well as their families.
I was approached, probably 2.5 years ago now by Carolyn Hankins, who was a friend of mine. We'd worked together on some feeding the hungry kind of programs in our two churches, and she said she'd heard of this new idea for doing ministry with the poor, for lifting folks out of poverty, and it was called Circles of Hope.
Changing your life doesn't happen with a snap of the fingers. You might wish it did, but it really requires a great deal of intention, a great deal of work, and it's best not done alone.
You get a chance to vet, and you find that you're not the only one dealing with these type of situations, and there is help out there, and they show you, they point you in the direction to go, and they don't just point you and just lead you astray. You got somebody to hold your hand and walk if that's what's needed.
We came together to work toward having a community free of poverty, where our goal is for everyone to have an equal chance of having enough money, friends, and meaning.
There are several practices involved in the approach: community organizing, grassroots leadership, SMART goal setting, financial literacy, mentoring, peer-to-peer counseling and learning, child and youth development.
For 50 years, I had been involved in missions and trying to help people. But it was always a handout, kind of a Band-Aid on a situation. I've been looking for something that could change people's lives.
And so here's a program, an initiative that can actually change. This one asked folks to identify as wanting to be out of poverty and to become a circle leader, to lead their own change, their own journey from poverty to independence, financial independence. And that to do that, people would be recruited as allies to work as a circle, that's where the name comes from, around these people, to give them networks and resources and relationships they didn't have before.
Being in circles gave me a new family, and I really appreciate y'all.
We talk about different topics, problem solving, critical thinking, relationship building, conflict management. We're talking now about whether to choose going back to school or getting another job.
I love working with elderly people. I love it. I mean, love it. I don't mess with babies too much, but I love elderly people. And that's what my goal is, to obtain my CNA license. Just starting with my CNA license. Then I want to get my LPN. If it ain't too late, I want to be a registered nurse.
Just hearing the kids say all the good things that they want to do with their lives and how it influences them to know that, oh, their parents are coming and doing something good. Well, we want to do something good. You can talk about it all day long, but if you don't do something about it, nothing will ever happen.
We have a trusting relationship. I share my experiences, they share their experiences, and they help each other.
Through respect, through reciprocity as we learn from each other. Because Circles is not just a plan to give to and help the poor. It changes all of us.
Honestly, I would say come down here and see what we do and just see how, it changes people.
My kids get up every Tuesday. They remind me today is circles, mommy. Today is circles. So they are more than happy to be here because the people here are awesome.
Everyone in my circles class is my neighbors that I would have never met had it not been for this organization.
Having a way to bring everyone in the community together that wants to help somebody else, that's wonderful.
I thought that I would only attend the meetings maybe for the coordinating team, the leadership group. But once you get involved in it, I mean, it really does, you change. One of the phrases somebody said was that it breaks your heart in all the right ways. We see the issues. In our schools, we experience what poverty does. In our businesses, in our economy, all these things. How can you not want to be involved in something like this?